next question. How loyal are your customers to your brand? So do they purchase repeatedly from you? So do you get repeat purchases often? Now on Etsy, you can find that out by there's like a little marker. On desktop, it can be a star. On the app, I think it is also a star, but it's a different color. And I think also in the UK, it's a star. In the US, it's something else. Basically, it's some kind of icon next to your orders, which you'll notice because you'll be a bit like, oh, what's that there? And if you hover over it, it says repeat buyer. Yes. So do you get repeat buyers? I've had to switch to Instagram. Yeah, I don't know what Facebook is doing. Do you know what? Like the Facebook group, I am this close to like moving it over to somewhere else because it's just like it keeps breaking. It keeps not allowing us to invite people to lives, with which I know a lot of you rely on to even tell you that there's lives coming up. Oh, it's so annoying. I'm selling my original artwork at my first exhibition. Yes. And put the prices up, hoping people will buy. Yes. You know what? Perceived value. What are your customers getting when they buy one of your pieces? Like, what are they actually getting from you? And really kind of ponder that question. So how loyal are your customers to your brand? Does your branding make you feel proud when you see it online or in person? This is a tricky question. This is one of those questions that you're like, oh, this makes me uncomfortable. So does your branding make you feel proud when you see it online or in person? Or something that I used to do when my branding was crap was when one of my friends or family members were like, oh, I went on your website the other day. And you're like, oh, okay. I don't want to know what you thought. So does your branding make you feel proud when you see it online or in person? And actually for this question, I would love for you to also tell me in the comments, like yes or no, or you can do A, B, C, or D. So give me your answer to this question in the comments, because I would love to know. Catherine's like, still here, furiously taking notes. This quiz is really good, so much value in it, but I find it really hard to be as honest as I need to be. Yeah, I mean, you know what? You can go through this again. In fact, what I've got for you is I've got a link for a Google form version of it. So I'll just pop that in the comments. So if you want to redo it again, then you can. We've got A, B, A. Okay. Awesome. Brilliant. Next question. If your brand were an animal, what would it be? We've got an eagle, a dog, a turtle, and a cat. If your brand were an animal, what would it be? Cringe every time. But I've changed it about 1 million times. Do you know what? The brandathon is also for you guys. The brandathon is also for you guys if you are someone who has changed your branding over and over and over again, and you're sick and tired of doing your branding over and over and over again, because we're actually going to do it right the first time together. So yeah, even if like you've just rebranded, like I know 2 months ago, 6 months ago, whatever, and you're looking at it and you're still like, I'm not happy, then do join the challenge, because it is going to help you going through it collectively together. So if your brand were an animal, what would it be? A, B, C, or D? An eagle, a dog, a turtle, or a cat? All right, so we're going to score our quiz now. Now, if you're comfortable, pop your score in the comments. So for answers that are A, you get 3 points per A that you got. B, you get 2 points. C, you get 1 point. And D, you get 0 points. So let me know. Fat Badger Designs is literally the options that were on the screen. Yeah, it's just like a fun question. It's not anything to take too seriously. So give me your answers. Top those bad boys up for me and put your scores in the comments. We've got 21, we've got 25. We're hovering around the 20 mark at the moment. Let me see once more comments come in. What we're feeling, how we're feeling about the score. We've got 20. We've got 30, we've got 33, we've got 21. So it's either like low 20s or it's early 30s at the moment. 16. And don't worry if your score's low. Like, this isn't a right or wrong answer quiz. You know, like those pub quizzes that you go to and you're like, 16. Sarah's like, 16. I'm going to be giving you the answers in a hot minute. And if you are, yes, Anna, if you are still muddled with some bits when it comes to your brand, the brandathon is going to help you with that. What I've done this year, or what I'm envisioning doing this year with the other challenges and things that we want, is really going all in with one specific thing. Because I feel like if you guys have joined the previous challenges, the postathon, the sellathon, the listathon, it's kind of lightly touching on a lot of different things. But what I think sometimes you guys need is actually doing like a deep dive on one specific thing, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's what we're doing. All right, shall we get to the scores? So for all of you who were 30 to 36 points, your branding is on fire. You've got everything working beautifully. Keep shining. Your brand is probably driving sales to your business consistently, and you are seeing your perfect target audience coming through as a result. Basically, you're hitting your sales targets most months and you're feeling happy about it. So your sales impact score is 1 out of 10. Your brand is not like what's the word? Impending doom to your sales at all. Now, if you are reading this and you're thinking, that doesn't sound like me, what I would say is to probably go through the test again and be really, really honest, because it might be that maybe you are teetering towards 2 and maybe like, maybe the other one might have felt better. But if you're reading this and you're like, this sounds like me, I've got it, I am down, then you are doing awesome. And you can still join us in the challenge, because it's still going to like get some things in your head that you're like, oh yeah, maybe I should, when I'm creating stuff to do with my brand, I should really think of it this way rather than this way. And it's a helpful refresher too. So who got 30, who got between 36? Who got this answer? Who got this answer? All right, next one, 20 to 29 points. Your branding is solid, but could use some kind of sprucing up. The Brandathon Day 3 will be your number one priority, but I want you to do all 3 days. Your brand is okay, but at times it could be a little bit dreary. It can look a little bit DIY. It can feel a little bit like it's fine, but there's that extra step that we could go. So your sales impact score is a 5 out of 10. So what this basically means is that your conversion rate is being impacted by it slightly. And some people have probably clicked away in the past week because they didn't vibe with your brand. And the funny thing is that people can't put their finger on why. Like if you were to go to someone and say, why did you walk past my store? Or why didn't you buy from me? They wouldn't actually say, oh, your branding was naff. They would be like, I don't know, I just didn't vibe with it. I don't really know why. It's just not my cup of tea, or I wasn't feeling it. And a brand is a very subtle thing. It's a bit like if you meet a new friend, or you think they're going to be a new friend, and you just don't vibe with them, your personalities crash. It's almost as ambiguous as that. It can be very, very something you can't put your finger on. Yes, that's me, Dreary. These athons are great. I'm glad you're liking. All right. So you've got 10 to 19 points. Your branding needs some TLC. Get on the Brandathon challenge. Specifically, keep an eye out for day 1. Your brand might be DIY, or you really went all in with just the Canva default templates. Like you went to Canva, you were like jewelry brand, and you were like, that'll do. You change a few things and you're like, right, done. You have a rough idea of what your brand is, but it pretty much stays in your, I don't know what I was writing there. Pretty much stays somewhere and doesn't translate well in person /online. I'm not sure. Can someone like translate like between Steph and English here? Because I feel like that was just me writing something that doesn't make sense. Basically, though, your sales impact score is an 8 out of 10, meaning like your brand is definitely having some kind of impact on your sales. Because like I said before, people just are not vibing with it. All right, 0 to 9 points. your branding might need a bit of an intervention, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't worry, every masterpiece starts as a work in progress, but you do need to join the Brandathon Challenge Day 2 and Day 3 specifically. But I want you to join all 3 of them, as with every single one of you. You constantly struggle with branding, and although you've tried multiple times to get it to look right, it never does. Your brand is without a doubt holding your sales back. How are you feeling? How are you feeling about this? In your mind? Yeah, maybe mind, not might. That's probably what I meant. Yeah. That was me. Doing this at the end of a very long day. Mind.